Hey guys, welcome to Cris Bell As Is, and this is a continuation of our 2021 housing outlook. And today we're going to talk a little bit about shadow supply, what may be coming in the pipeline. It's kind of a supply and demand side thing, but just want to talk about shadow supply. One of the first things I wanted to just make sure that we understood is in the Great Recession of 2007, 2008, the housing crisis. You can see here, just pulled up some information real quick. 4 million foreclosures completed in the United States, and it was just crushed the housing market. There were many local markets that were really hit hard, greater than 50% drop in values. Great opportunity for investors. So keeping that in mind, there's a few great places to look at some data that's going on here. One is Black Knight. So we can take a look at Black Knight. They had just recently, March 23rd, 2021, put out some reports on all the U.S. loan delinquency rates, basically saying that loans that are 30 days or more past due but not in foreclosure is 6% of the entire housing market, which is pretty significant by any standards. And then you can look here just a little bit further, number of properties that are 30 days or more past due or in foreclosure, 3.3 million and some change there. That's a pretty significant number. Again, this is really recent information. So there's a lot of people hurting out there. Government stimulus, it's needed. And some other data that we can look at here is just going over to the federalreserve.gov site. So this is a report that was done. This is older, but this is just to kind of bring the point home. This is early payment defaults on subprime loans. Basically, one of the things that's attributed to the housing crisis of 07, 08. And I just want you to look at this, how the percentage of defaults basically just ratcheted up. So you can see here, 2004, basically 2%, a little bit higher in 05. By 06, we're at 5%. 07, we're basically at 8% defaults. So if you go back over here to Black Knight, you're looking at, you're somewhere in that range already. Granted, there's a lot of forbearance going on in the market. It's just something to keep in mind. Another great resource here is the Mortgage Bankers Association. So they just released some data here late March, and it just talks about, they're seeing basically a total number of loans in forbearance has decreased, but it's still basically they're showing 5% of all loans are past due, basically, and they're saying 2.5 million homeowners are on forbearance programs. So these are significant numbers, and this is basically going to be creating what I call the shadow supply that's out there. Other interesting data to look at here is from the St. Louis Fed, and this is just history of the delinquency rates for single-family homes. So we can look back here and just as you see it ratchet up in 07, 08, you're low percentages, works into the 5% delinquent, 6%, 8%, all the way to a peak of 11.5% delinquent. And what's important here is the time frame from when this started ramping up, 08, all the way until you got on the other side of it, call it 13. That's several years that it took for this to basically play out. So great things to keep in mind when you're looking at basically this potential supply side. When you're hearing that the market's hot, there's no supply, here's the potential.